This is The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and this is right here is one of the most iconic shield in Breath of the Wild, the Traveler's Shield. And I'm going to craft it. But I have never done this before, so I started checking out different resources and watching videos. And then I realized everyone uses Ava phone as a material. If you're not familiar with Ava, you will probably wear it in your shoes. The insole is made of Ava. But obviously, since it was used as an insole, I shouldn't have to smell it. Ava is not friendly to me. If I don't use Ava, what should I use? When I dominated the mainland of Hyrule, the most common things I used was a regular pot plant. This is Hyrule's undoubtedly strongest shield. It must be made of the strongest wood. That is right. The wooden cauldron that's from rural China. First, I have to cut off the handle. It's a little in the way. Alright, that is not cool at all. I won't allow that to happen. First, place the cursor here and cut it open. And remove the unnecessary parts. Play it back. Oh, it's absolutely perfect. See, the dust from grinding is really too much. I really need a vacuum cleaner. But I haven't seen cash in ages. My white is terrifiedly flat. The Scottish coin can't do much at all. But I'm not completely helpless either. There is a secret technique widely circulated in China. When you don't have enough money to spend, just use your flesh card arm as a sacrifice to pay homage to your credit card, and you can quickly obtain enough financial resources. Oh, my package has arrived. When the doorbell rings, I just know my prayers have been heard. Despite the slight ache in my arm, the joy of receiving the gift outweighs everything. Yeah. You see, this is really cool. Cleaning up is so much easier now, and the area I will vacuum are instant spotless. My lungs have relaxed a lot. It is time to fix up my arm. I don't know if you guys have any impressions of the green bottle. The method is simple. Just put the disinfector on the server limb, take a deep breath, and then attach the server arm direct to the forearm. That should do the trick. Wow, good as new. Time to get back to making the shield. Ordinary wood is prone to mold, rot, and insect infestation. So using a fire gun to carbonize the surface of wood can achieve the effect of moisture proof. This technique makes wooden product more sturdy and durable, which I personally believe is essential. After handling the surface, the next step is to make the straps for the arm. To prevent any installation errors, I'm opting to use tape temporarily to see how it looks in practice. I bought some hardware for securing the straps. using a wall to mark the cutting lines and hole puncher to make a few holes. To be honest, I didn't expect it's so labor intensive. Next time, I definitely want to be tempted to buy those cheap tools for the sake of convenience. With the holes punched, I throw the two pieces of leather together to reinforce the strength of the straps. Oh, if you secure why I seem to know a little bit about everything, it's simple. I spend my time reading and learning without ever sleep. Alright then, I will get back to work. This was a regular picture from holder, but its shape doesn't quite fit, so I'm using a coping saw to cut off the excess part. Drill a few holes into the sanding picture from holder, and then secure the crafted leather straps onto the part lid. As luck would have it, I've been eyeing the handle of the door for a while. I will take it off and install it onto the part lid, and the shield will be starting to take shape. I really hope my Lord Land doesn't see this video. I promise I will replace it with a nice door handle for him. The grip feels surprisingly comfortable, better than expected. Sorry, I seem a little overexcited. Trim off the excess, secure it with staple, and throw out the process. I'm making sure to put the leather as tight as possible to ensure the perfectly stretched over the part lid. Surprisingly exhausting. I'm swimming buckets even before summer arrives. For the edges of the shield, I ordinarily plan to use metal to create the looks from the games, as close as possible. However, due to the current limitations, I have to opt for another material instead. This material comes in two parts, part A and part B. You mix them in a certain ratio, then wait for 24 hours and you will get a block similar to stone, with a hard texture. Once completely dry, you can sand and cover it. And before that, I will have about 2 hours of shaping time to mold them into the shape I want. Also, the first time I use it, I never expected to cling so stably to my hands. Ordinary method just couldn't clean it off, so I had to use a knife to scrape it off. It's really headache. Next time, I definitely wear gloves. While sanding and carving new parts, I will wait until everything is dry, and then it will be time for painting. I'm using a most basic spray painting for a Japanese 100 yen shop. And here I have it, a shiny foot. With the edges painting and done, I started to draw the seahorse emblem in the center of the shield. I painted out the image and then use a knife to cut away the excess parts. I will use a small amount of glue to attach the parts needed for the design. The whole process may seem simple and boring, but it took me almost an entire evening to complete. The next morning, I prepared the necessary painting and used a sponge from a dishwashing block to apply the painting to the emblem in small amounts multiple times. Once the painting has dried completely, I can remove the paper. The larger piece is easy to tear off. Finally, almost done. Let me tear it off and take a look. Wait a minute, something feels off, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm feeling a bit nervous now, especially since I don't have a spare pot land to start over with. Let me take a closer look and see exactly what went wrong.
为什么我要哭？我操！你看，他硬法了。
I am undeniably right-handed, and according to my common sense, weapons are held in the dominated hand, while shields are held in the other. So, this is completely reversed. I must go through that tedious carving process again. everyone, we finally reached the last step, installing the decoration in the center of the shield. I guess this part was originally the handguard on the Viking shield, but here it's purely decorative. I tried using some round items from around the house to make it, but none of them achieved the effect I wanted. So I decided to go shopping and see if I could find something more suitable. I was lucky that those foam balls are just perfect. The foam wasn't hard enough to meet my students, so I used the AB material. Shaping and coloring it was amazing for me by now. The final result is fantastic, even better than expected. It's time to attach it to the shield. No, it's way too new. I don't like it. Thanks for your watching, hope you enjoy it. If you notice my English sounds a bit odd, sorry about that. I just decided to start learning English, and my teacher is ChatGPT. So there may be some mistake I didn't catch. I'll be really happy if you could point them out in the comments. See you next time.